Hello everyone. Today I just have a very short video kind of going over a little bit of a random thought I've had recently in regards to the crafter and bonemeal in particular. Now, I don't think this is going to be something a lot of people will do, simply because with the crafter, uh, people don't really use pumpkins for getting bone meal for the most part, and with the crafter, I imagine that we're going to see a lot more use of kind of the traditional method of just converting bones into bone meal just directly now instead of having to do it yourself. But you know what? This is something that I think is just kind of interesting, a little um, mathematical trick, I guess you could say, that I don't think most people will notice because why would you ever do this? Um, but anyways, if you really want to get bone meal out of pumpkins, there is to some extent an advantage to not composting the pumpkin itself, but actually converting it into seeds. Which may seem counterintuitive because if you've ever looked at the composter mechanics, what you'll realize is that a pumpkin has a 60% chance of adding a fill level to a composter, whereas pumpkin seeds only have a 30% chance. So why would you ever compost the seeds? Well, the thing is, for each pumpkin, you get 4 seeds when you craft it directly, which means that even though there is a 30% chance of having any of the seeds compost, the overall expected value of fill levels that you get from a single pumpkin will be 1.2 instead of zero point 0.6. And so because of that, if you have a pumpkin farm and either you are, for some crazy reason, trying to use it to get bone meal, yes, I've been there, so it does happen, or if it's just for overflow, you may feel motivated to actually insert a small crafting system, kind of arranged like this, that just automatically turns into seeds. And to kind of demonstrate that, I have this little setup here. You can see there's no bone meal. Both these composters are completely empty, and let's see what happens. So as you can see, the pumpkin side is already done, mostly because of some weird update stuff that's still happening with the crafter for some reason, though as you can see it is finally empty at this point. The pumpkins just directly were kind of reduced down to 5 bone meal. During some tests I got it down to 6. But as you can see, we've already got 5 bone meal on the seed side, and we've still got plenty of seeds left. So, if we just kind of wait around a bit, what we should see is that, again, kind of about twice as much bone meal as before. 1.2 is basically twice as much as 0.6. So we should see about 10 at the end. We might get a little bit more in 10. When we got 6 on this side, I believe I got 13 on this one. So again, there is an aspect of chance, but that would go down a little bit as you continue reducing everything. But again, I don't think that this is really what people are going to be doing for bone meal. And if you have a system that's converting your overflow pumpkins into bone meal, I imagine that you're probably not really too concerned with how much it produces. In fact, in terms of space, you probably would kind of want to avoid making more bone meal than necessary. But for those of you who might have an interest in that, go ahead, try this out. And as you can see, we actually got 13 bone meal again versus 5. So I think that in terms of having small gain for a fairly simple addition, it's not too bad. All right. Good morning, good night, whatever your time may be.